Now tuning in to Earbud Media. Audio for everyone.
I did not realize until 2 seconds ago that this is coming out on St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, shit.
So congrats to your neck of the woods.
Yeah. Yeah. We will be recovering from just a debauchery of people. It's gonna be real green and smell really bad because people will be really drunk and passing out, which is great.
We gotta have some traditions, right?
Yeah.
It's my people, okay? I don't know what to tell you.
Listen, we appreciate the great nation of Ireland around here.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Welcome to Into the Twilight.
Ayo.
I'm going to put this up at the top.
Sure.
That we are recording this in the past. So if you are coming to this for hot goss...
Yeah.
Because this tends to happen anytime that we record something with any sense of planning, there tends to be news that drops.
Yeah.
That, I don't know why, but that it just happens. So if you were like, I'm coming to this episode, I can't wait for them to talk about this thing. Mm-hmm. This is us, consider us talking about it right now. That's, we're doing it. We just did it.
Right. Just give us a beat, okay?
Yep. We just did it, and then again next week we'll recap it again. Okay?
Totally. Yeah.
We just did it. You got it. We're good.
Yeah.
It's fucked the way they do that, all right? I don't know why, but don't always seem to go, you know?
Yeah.
I can't wait for this. I can't wait to know I'm on bated breath. How are you?
I'm here. It's been so long, so you really have no
ages.
clue what I've been up to around these neck of the woods. Listen, I was struggling to find a happy thing, because I was like, I can only generate one of those per calendar week, so two is a stretch, you know? But I just kept coming back to a piece, or many pieces, I would say, of internet content that really give me joy consistently, and especially so since The Traitors has finished. Oh, and that is edits of Gabby Windey saying stuff. Oh. Particularly like in the style of like the hopecore TikTok trend thing that's going on. Because this woman is a prophet. This woman is everything she says is Bible. I could listen to her talk about anything for hours at a time, especially when it's like subtitled in like a very fruity kind of sparkly way and with fun editing. What really got me on this, the first one I saw, was the one where she's talking about the HUD, which is the single occupancy vehicle, or she's a multiple occupancy vehicle, but with a single occupant. She's like, when I go fucking ballistic and I'm having a bad day, nothing helps me better than just being in the HUD. The hub. And it's wonderful. It's so good. Everything she says is, her voice is so good. I don't know why people think it's bad, because it's the best thing in the world. Misogyny for sure, definitely misogyny. Also, people keep making her do Jennifer Coolidge impressions, and I'm like, that is a different kind of this voice. You are not getting this is different, okay? There's nuance. Yeah. There's nuance, okay? But I think she's a poet. I think she'd just be talking into a microphone by herself about anything that's happening.
Absolutely.
It's wonderful. I'm obsessed. She's great. I love lesbians. I love marriage. This is my truth.
Side note of that is her spouse, Robbie, was just on an episode of Why Won't You Date Me? and it is so fucking funny.
Love. Okay.
I listened to that before the news dropped of their elopement.
Yeah.
And before I realized that Robbie was talking about the Gaggy. Mm-hmm. And everything connected. And I had to go re-listen to it because I was like, wait, this is so important.
Yeah.
So, very good connection between the two of them. And I love that pairing.
Yeah. That's a very good pairing of people. I'm obsessed. I love this lady. I love when she's talking. I love her talking about astrology. We're talking about everything, every topic. She should be on late night. She should be on just like talk radio all damn day, converting the minds of young, impressionable people, but for the common good. I think that would heal America.
I also love so much that she was the only one who got a reaction out of Alan.
Yes.
In the finale.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love Gase.
He's so stoic with everyone else, but she's like, maybe I can get married, and he's like, I hope you do.
So cute. So cute.
I love. So this is my truth. Gabby, shout out Gabby X hopecore on TikTok. It's my favorite fucking TikTok account right now. It's so good. You got an editor's pen like nothing I've ever seen before.
So important. Gabby is... I can't believe that of course I can, but I can't believe that there are some people who did not know her lore prior to this season of The Traitors.
It's wild.
Whoa. Yeah. You have a big storm coming.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot. And it's all great. Like, enjoy. You're coming in for a good ride.
Right. But that just informs everything that was happening that season.
Yeah.
She's amazing. I appreciate her immensely.
Gosh. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm here. I have another white gay to talk about.
Fuck yeah.
Not to be so stereotypical on this white gay podcast, but I also was scrambling for a happy thing in the last 24 hours, so I had to dig into my archives. And I realized I've never talked about Podcrushed here.
Ooh, yes.
Which is wild. We've obviously talked about Penn and that he has a podcast.
Right.
But I've never talked about Podcrushed as a happy thing.
Yeah.
And specifically, most recent episode that's come out with Antoni. And the lore drops in this episode were wild. Maybe it was just because of what I had seen on Queer Eye, but I had assumed that Antoni was gay. I did not realize that there was a time in Antoni's life when he was questioning / bi.
Love, okay.
And I was like, wait, whoa, wait, what?
Hold up.
I was not aware of this lore.
I didn't know that was possible.
I did not realize that that was an option that was available.
Yeah. I didn't even consider
that this Polish sleep deprived boy it was always gay. Anyways, this episode was great. I enjoy this podcast immensely, not only because it focuses on like middle school kind of questions for folks, but Antoni, he's obviously there like promoting his new Cooking Around the World show that he's doing, but really got into talking about, what food was like for him when he was younger and how he really needed to change his perception of interacting with folks on Queer Eye, which was really behind the curtain in a way that Queer Eye has never talked about before. And I enjoyed it. I obviously love listening to Penn, which is why the other two guests that they have, they're the co-hosts of Nava and Sophie, are great. But there was a lot of lore about Antoni that I did not realize that I appreciated. I will also say, side note, that there was an episode right before this with Jesse Tyler Ferguson that was also really good and had some context that I had never heard about him before that I really appreciated. So if you need something that's really easy background listening while you're at work, which is what I do, or whatever, it is a good one to just have on in there, which is nice.
Okay. All right.
Plus, I don't know, I could listen to Penn talk for hours, which is nice.
Yeah.
So it makes me happy.
Big fan. Hell yeah. I love that.
They often bring up questions that we're hearing this, at least right now, it might not be in 2 weeks, but we're often seeing some discourse right now about interviewers not asking good questions to celebrities. And I find, at least in these episodes I've been listening to, that is not the case. They're getting into some stuff that is interesting about folks and not like, so what's your favorite color? Kind of stuff. What's your opinion on pop chips? And it's like, Jesus Christ. Like, all right. So that's nice. It's good.
Hell yeah.
So again, y'all, remember, if there's current events, shut up. We'll deal with it later.
We'll circle back, okay? It's fine.
It's fine. It's not that big of a deal. But you brought this piece here from People. Would you, again, in the corner of Rob's been saying shit right now.
The gift that keeps on giving, which is Robert Pattinson saying whatever the fuck he wants to. And also...
would you like to tell the class
Absolutely.
about this?
This is from Tommy McArdle at People. Thank you so much. And also a reminder that of Die My Love, which is a movie I definitely forgot was happening. Because there's been so much Robert Pattinson news.
Same.
And this is the movie with him and Jennifer Lawrence. That still does not have a release date, but is in the works, I believe, still. But he has been chatting about it, and has saying, listen, dancing, all these movies want me to dance, and I did watch this part, because this was the interview with him and Bong Joon-ho, which was really cute, and like he's wearing that really great scarf thing, which is very fun. Big fan of the big pink one, and he's talking to him, and he's like, yeah, all these movies for some reason want me to have like a dance number, and Bong Joon-ho's like, do you have to dance in the Batman? He's like, okay, maybe not everyone. He's like, but a lot of movies want me to dance for some reason. And then he's talking about this Die My Love movie and being like, listen, Jennifer Lawrence is really good at dancing, and I am not, and she has like a fluidity to it and a sense of rhythm, and I don't. And it's like, you need to like either choreograph it very specifically, or we're not getting anywhere, because I can't naturally move my body in a way that makes sense to a dance.
I love that immediately Bong Joon-ho was like, so where is the dance scene in the Batman that's on the
right, I need it. Yeah,
I need to see that.
Absolutely.
Same with Tenet. Where was that
God, could you
scene? Just immediately calling his
it's
bullshit.
like, okay, so you're full of shit.
And Rob was like, listen, all right, okay, first of all, shut up. Second of all, those were both very physical movies that I had to move my body in.
Yeah.
So, in a way, that's sort of dance.
To me and my limited understanding of what dance is, that is dance. That's dance.
I love this, too, because he's like, I was going to have a fucking mental breakdown, okay? They either need to choreograph this and tell me exactly what I'm doing every second, or you need to cut this out. Because this is the most of him being a diva. He's like, I literally, don't make me do this.
It's just, it's so funny too. Like, I'd imagine he feels like he's being gaslit. Because he's like, when someone is telling you, like, just dance, like, be normal and dancing. He's like, I don't know what that means. Stop telling me that. Like, that is not helpful. I don't know what's going on. I can't do it. You need to tell me where to put my arms. Where do my legs go? What am I doing? I have no idle animation. I don't know what to do right now. I'm scared.
That's too relatable, actually. I would imagine, you'd think at this point, because Suki has so much stage presence, that she might be able to help, like, relax and help him ease into that. but I would imagine that he is very much like a stick figure or one of those I don't know, like car crash test dummies. He's like, you need to help me. I'm too stiff for this. I agree with you, though. I've been in the same boat. I think it's because it doesn't have a release date that I keep forgetting that this movie exists. Once it has a release date, I'll be able to be like, okay, this thing is real and it's actually coming out. Poor guy, though. The fact that he was like sweating so bad about this.
And both his co-star and his director are like, you're being a freak. Just be normal. And he's like, I don't know how. I don't know how. God, this man.
Man. And he's always a freak, but this is a different kind of level for him. Man, poor guy. It's the real opposite of Ian, I'll say, who's just willing to clown and dance.
Any moment, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Hey, so this episode, I wanted to text you so bad last night. As soon as I got to the needle drop, I wanted to text you.
This episode started out the gate with that needle drop. I screamed.
Here's the thing. So this episode of We'll Always Have Bourbon Street, it came out in 2012. So for them to intentionally choose Eyes on Fire, which was used in Twilight, the original, 2008, they had to know what they were doing.
Of course.
Right? It's just...
I felt like I was like losing my mind because I was like, this is not what this song is for. Like, this song does not exist in a context outside of Twilight, right? Like, it's just like, you only go, like only in that scenario, right? You can only hear that when seeing what it is against.
Like, everyone says it's like, it is the season, right? Like, it is Eyes on Fire season. And so for them to take that song, which is so specifically in the context of like Bella looking at the Cullens going into the school for the first time and being like, well, that's weird. I'm obsessed with them and I don't know why. And to use it in the context of them fucking. What?
Yeah. Hello?
What? Hello?
That's not allowed. I don't think that's allowed.
I can't. It's just, that is not the tone of the... No. Stop it. I can't. I'm mad. I'm mad about it. And the thing that makes me so upset, too, is... And I'm curious how you felt about this, especially since it's so fresh from last episode. There's a part of me that really wants to enjoy...
Right, yeah.
The chemistry that these two actors have. Because there is a lot of chemistry that is happening in this moment. I also want to be able to enjoy these two characters having sex. But I cannot do that with the knowledge that we just got at the end of last episode that she's sired to him. It feels gross
and it's like
to watch this.
It's tough because obviously that is contextually so different than what we would have liked to see as a, mature decision that everyone has their right minds and wits about them to make. But also, they do, kind of push it a little bit of being like, well, what does being sired mean, right? And what is that actually, what does that do to a person's mental state or physical state, right? And I think they try to get a little loosey-goosey with it to have plausible deniability of wouldn't, a sire wouldn't have happened if there weren't already emotions there or love there, right? Or the feelings don't change, it is the actions, which still is bad, right? By any measure, being essentially compelled to do whatever a person you are bonded with to forever or to chase you, right, is not ideal. But it does change a little bit that it's not giving new emotions or new feelings that did not exist, right?
100%. Yeah.
Because even the Tyler thing was a good example of he fucking hated Klaus, but he's I still did whatever the fuck he wanted, which sucked because he sucked,
Right. And Tyler does make a big hubbub about that this episode of, like, the actions change, the feelings don't. And so I don't think that I don't disagree that Elena has wanted to kiss and maybe make out and maybe fuck Damon this whole time. Like, I think that that's definitely been a thing. Would she have acted upon it is the thing. And I don't think so. I don't think so. And that's what makes it feel icky. What I do feel better about is that Damon did not know.
Yeah.
And that as soon as he knew, his actions immediately flipped.
Yeah. And I think, too, that, like, speaks to how Damon has been this entire time, right? Of, like, he has always wanted, like, you know, he was waiting in the wings, right? And being like, it's probably not going to happen for 100%. Me, but, like, if it does, that's fucking sick and awesome. But, like, I want it to be a real place, and I want it to be, like, not out of force or anything that is not, like, wanted by both parties, right? And so, and of course, this whole thing fucks all of that up because it's like, yes, I won, right? And being like, fuck, in the wrong way, though, and that sucks, and I don't want to be part of that, even though this is, like, the one thing I've always wanted, and the one person I've always wanted. And of course, it's gonna make my fucking idiot brother, like, really fucking annoying. It's like, the only reason she broke up with me is because of this bullshit, fake-ass fucking shit. And it's like, fuck, that sucks. God, so it's, like, him being like, okay, y'all thought that I was just gonna be like, this is sick, I get to control my girlfriend or whatever. Like, first of all, fuck you for thinking that was gonna be my bag. Like, that was gonna be what I wanted to do.
Which is showing growth for sure. Yeah. Because that was definitely season 1 Damon with Caroline.
Totally. Absolutely. And, like, that was a full, you know, controlling of her entire personhood for a long time.
Yeah. And what made it... I did not doubt that this is how Damon would respond, but I felt a lot better about his character and how they were writing his character. That as soon as he saw the blood bag in that science classroom and her kiss him and be like, oh, dope, this is great. He immediately, like, he did not participate in that kiss and he stepped back. And I was like, fuck, dude. No.
He can't get a single win. It's so deranged.
No.
Can I also say, too, we're in New Orleans, right, for some of this, because Damon and Stefan are going on brother bonding. Brothers bond ass. Like,
yeah, this, like, episode is a soft launch of their bourbon brand, it felt like.
Literally. Absolutely. And they're like, we gotta go back to see if there's a cure. These motherfuckers always trying to find a cure after they've not looked for anything for hundreds of years. Fucking fools. But, like, it's so funny because this episode starts and, you know, Caroline and Stefan are queening out and talking shit and, you know, talking about what a vampire sire is. And Stefan, deadass, is like, you know, a vampire sire is like 1 in a million.
Right.
It's like, wild. This, like, never happens. And he goes and talks to Damon. And Damon's like, oh, yeah, I was looking at my dusty books. And remember, 50 years ago, this exact same thing happened to me also. And it's like, like, oh, the thing that happens 1 in a million times has happened to Damon twice in half a century? Okay, cool, great. Like, awesome. What are the odds of that? Really slim.
I hate this dude. I hate him. I hate him and his inability with pattern recognition.
Yeah.
It's just... because
so
what do you mean
unserious.
This happened to you? You motherfucker. And then you just completely forgot that Charlotte existed.
Yeah.
You left
and
this
meanwhile,
poor
she's
woman.
been turning the entire city of New Orleans upside down for 50 years, essentially. Like, hello.
Through every hurricane? Every year?
Yeah.
She's still counting bricks?
Searching. Yeah.
I as soon as I saw this woman, I could not stop looking at her, being like, what the fuck do I know her from? And I had to look at her IMDb, and it was like, she's been in one episode of every single thing. And I was like, that's not it. Shut up. And it finally clicked. She's in A Cinderella Story from 2004. She's one of the stepsisters, the Jennifer Coolidge
Totally.
one. And I was like, that's how I know you.
Yeah, that's totally it. Wow. Good for her.
But here's my question, Damon. Why is every woman that you fall for look like Catherine?
Yeah, for real. Like, I know you got a type, but...
It's your type, my guy.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird, bud. So that's interesting. You might want to think about that. The Fatal Attraction thing was a choice.
Yeah.
It was a choice. I was pleasantly surprised to see Lexi, though.
Yeah, we got some Lexi action.
So that was good. Here's my question for you. I need to know why Damon thinks it's going to work for him to approach any witch with anything other than humility and grace and kindness. But he always comes into any sort of witch's home by kicking the door down like it's fucking Law and Order. And then getting shocked when they use their powers on him.
Yeah. This man has never learned once. Like, he still is refusing to admit that everyone... Yeah, he's got a full, like, do not let this man in. Like, refuse any service to this man. He's got wanted posters in all of the, like, every cabal and every,
literally
coven that exists. And he's still like... Hey, like, help me. I know you are lying to me. And she's like, bitch, I'll kill you. Like, also, don't come in with that energy, all right? Maybe if you were nice, I would have been nicer. And I gave you an out to live. So how about you don't fuck with me and my ancestral knowledge, bitch?
His inability to respect witchcraft is the most persistent aspect of his character. And it is funny in a way because he does always get his ass handed to him, but it's just like you are always in situations where you need support from a witch, and yet you will never respect their craft. So what is that about? Why? You're pissing me off. I can't handle it.
Yeah.
I'm fucking stressed because we heard last episode that Haley was working with Shane and needed the 12 hybrids. Then we found out this episode that Damon, back in 42, in order to try and, again, quote, break this sire bond, which didn't work, needed to sacrifice 12 people. And that didn't work because it was a use of expression, which apparently is worse than dark magic.
Yeah.
So, finding out that Shane is having Bonnie use expression. I'm going to kill this man. I'm going to go back in time and into this fictional world, and I'm going to kill Shane myself. Because what do you mean?
He's so nasty.
What do you mean that explicitly what Grams told Bonnie not to do, she's doing?
Yeah.
What? I'm done. I can't. I'm done. What the fuck?
This man pisses me off so bad. And being like, oh my god, it's so much better for her. Like, she's getting in with... And, Bonnie, bless her heart, is just trying to have a cool girls' night with her girls. Even though everyone fucking hates each other. And she's like, I need to fucking party and smoke some of my weed. My spirit weed. That's gonna help me get in touch. But not do the bad juju magic. That's gonna, hurt me and my family. My whole lineage. Right. It does oftentimes. And just living off of that idea and being like, nope, he's playing you so bad. Because this is all some plot that sucks. And it's awful and I hate it. It makes me angry.
It does. We have said for... not even episodes, for seasons now, that these three have needed a girls' night. And we did get it for at least a little bit.
Yeah.
Of them just queening out together.
Yeah.
So I did appreciate that.
Yeah, we got a little montage. We got some, they were drinking, they were having fun for like 30 seconds. It's all I needed. Right. It was great. I
will appreciate it for what it was before things did get weird.
Yeah.
And I don't blame Caroline because she has weird history with Damon, and she was right about what she said. Sometimes you don't need to support your friends when they're making weird decisions.
Right, yeah. She's allowed to say that. She's, say it with your chest, girl.
I think that it put Bonnie in a weird situation of trying to mediate them when, again, she is on her stoner tea. So that's a weird vibe.
Yeah, Bonnie's like, listen, I haven't really been here in weeks. I've kind of just been fucking around in this college campus. Right. I haven't really been involved. So I'm not really up to date on all the lore that's happening between y'all. And it's not very effective for me to try to get in the middle of this. I'm just going to drink my tea, okay?
Listen, Elena, sometimes we listen and we do judge when you tell your friends you have sex with Damon, okay?
Yeah.
Sometimes we do that. Mm-hmm. I hope it was worth it, but sorry, girl. It's gotta happen that way. I will say,
if your friends can't be honest to you, who can you trust to be honest?
No, exactly.
Caroline's got your back, okay? Come on.
Sometimes you need to have honest friends around. I also want to say shout out to Peacock, because I did get an ad from Mickey 17 during this. And
Hell yeah.
That was great.
We're so back.
It was beautiful. This is just a note to the writers, because I am annoyed with them. Stefan decided at some point in this episode that his special vampire hearing was going to work. And I'm fucking tired of this being so selective.
Yeah. It's like I'm finally ready to hear messages and to start receiving information.
Because he was right outside the door when Damon and Elena were talking at the start of the episode. Mm-hmm. And they were like, oh, well, we can just have like one good day and we'll tell Stefan later. He was right outside the door when that happened. And he just let it lie. But then when Damon gets fucking tackled by Charlotte in the New Orleans street, his special hearing works? Okay, sure. Could you all just do me a favor and on the screen tell me when it's clicked on or clicked off so I don't get pissed?
Yeah. Yeah, we need like the overlays in video games.
Exactly. No, exactly.
That's like, is it on or off? Like what? I just want to see his POV, what's rattling in his brain, and all the like dusty folders that he has not opened in hundreds of years.
Is the NOS pressed or not?
Yeah, he could tap into and it just doesn't. He's got all these things equipped and is not using any of them.
Exactly. It would just help me a lot. Mm-hmm. I understand that we're probably going to get some payoff with this, but the whole Kim and Adrian alpha moment, I'm bored. I don't give a fuck.
Respectfully, I don't care anymore at all.
I just... And I know that they're probably trying to do this intentionally with all the werewolves, because they're all tall, dark, and handsome, right? They all have brown hair, brown eyes. But it's just like, is this going to lead to a spinoff? Why the fuck is this taking so much time of the episode?
Right. It's all of my favorite werewolves and hybrids, all of whose names I totally know and remember and care about. For sure.
Right.
Totally.
And I'm
happy
all
to
be proven wrong.
Distinct from each other. Totally.
I'm happy to be proven wrong. This could be a situation where, like, I end up caring about them if they end up being in the originals or whatever the fuck. But, like, right now, I have no emotional detachment. Why am I supposed to care that they're all kneeling to Tyler and he's the true alpha?
Right. It's, like, good for him, I guess. Cool.
Right.
And him giving that, like, whole monologue.
Yes.
Being like, we don't kill our friends. It's fucking Braveheart shit. Of being like, I'm, she's trying to be number one alpha. Right. And it's like, if we're doing this with honor, with pride, killing people for no reason. It's like, all right, settle down, kid. Like, we're good. God. It's fine. Relax.
You know that they have a group chat and they're like, this fucking mayor's son is pissing me off.
Yeah, it's like, I'm up to here with this shit. I can't.
God, he sprays Axe body spray too much and it's giving me a headache and I'm so done with him.
He's making me I'm out here just trying my best and just yelling. It's a lot.
Nobody's talking about the fact that Tyler wears Heelys all the time even though he can run fast. And it's just like, he needs to fucking quit it.
He says it helps with aerodynamics, and I just don't think that's how that works. I don't think the science.
Why is he a werewolf that wears Heelys? It's so embarrassing. We're supposed to be cool, okay?
He's really bringing the street cred down, and I don't appreciate that. We're supposed to be like United
All the vampires
Frontier.
are making fun of us. What if Klaus sees? He'll kill me.
Oh, God.
I just want to wear my etnies in peace.
Yeah.
God. So I was really upset watching Damon do the new moon speech to Charlotte.
God, yeah. It was tough.
And mainly for Damon, right? Because I have no emotional attachment to Charlotte. Mm-hmm. I feel bad for her, obviously, but like, I just met this woman.
Right. Yeah. So, sorry to this woman. I just don't know her.
Sorry to this woman, but I don't know you. It was mainly just because I knew that he was trying to practice this speech for Elena, and I wanted to die. Mm-hmm. How did you feel about the fact that Damon's a draft defender?
Honestly, slay. Love it.
Yeah, I thought that was... It's probably one of the most redeeming things about him, to be honest.
Absolutely, for sure. And it's like, fuck this. And also doing it by way of, not bribery, just like being like, you're gonna fuck this shit up. You can't, because I'm gonna rat you out. And I think too, like, the thing that is so annoying about the Steph and Damon dynamic is that there are many instances, this included, in which Stefan realizes that Damon did something selfless in order for Stefan to be fine. And Stefan routinely forgets those moments. And so he's always surprised. And then Damon has to be like, hey, let me plant a memory of mine into your brain so it can play like pay-per-view style in your head. And you could see a literal example of me doing this for you while you're talking shit about me never doing that for you. And he's like, oh man, you never said that. That's crazy. Everything's so different now. And he's like, I can't keep doing this with you. Like, how many times must we realize that I have made sacrifices for you? Okay? Just because I'm aloof and cool, like, doesn't mean I have never cared about you ever once in my life. Relax.
And again, Stefan in 42, I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt that he was trying really hard to not be a ripper, right? That's why Lexi was there. He was really focused on being reformed, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
But he was still a vampire who had really strong hearing. So why the fuck could he not hear that conversation with Lexi and Damon?
Right. Hello? Excuse me?
Hello? Was he just so focused, like, was he just playing in his head, like, no blood? Only ground. Like, what was the mantra happening in his head then?
Yeah. You gotta lock the fuck in. Just think about whatever's in front of you. Stop sign. A hat. Lady walking down the street.
Exactly. Like, he was just pretending to be, like, a golden retriever or something.
Yeah, literally.
And I get it. It's for the story, okay? Shut up. Sure. I get it.
Yeah.
But, like, when are we gonna pretend like these powers work or not?
Yeah.
Help me.
Get into it. Let's go.
It kills me.
Yeah.
I chose, for my own mental health, to not think too hard about how Damon and Stefan got from Virginia to New Orleans in the night. I needed to personally pretend like movie magic was happening there.
Yeah, it seems also like they were there for 100 days. You know what I mean? They're just like, we're just gonna have one day, we're gonna clean out in New Orleans, and then we're gonna come back and it's gonna be great. And presumably this all took place in the course of like 2 days, but it seems like, I don't know about that, y'all. Feels like you were there you had a lot of things to do over there.
Right, because that morning, Elena is cleaning up bottles of the champagne, and Damon just like comes in the door and
it's like, hey.
That him saying we need to talk. Oof. I've never been more grateful to have not watched this show when it was airing, especially these last 2 episodes. Because if I had watched this when I was 18, when this was airing, this would have devastated me.
Yeah, for sure.
Fundamentally. Mm-hmm. I looked at the Vampire Diaries wiki. Shout out to them for their work. This last conversation between Elena and Damon, apparently during the first take, when Elena says, Damon, I know what you're about to do. Please don't do this to me. Nina started crying, and they had to take a break for 10 minutes because she said it felt too real.
Fuck this.
So
absolutely not.
I hate that knowledge a lot.
Yeah. Oh, brother.
This conversation sucked so bad.
Yeah.
I don't want this to continue, both from like an adult watching this, but also from an audience member. I don't think that,
right.
I don't think it's interesting. If they're going to be together, I want Elena to do it of her own accord.
Right.
So, but it's still painful to see this conversation happening, especially when Damon's like, I need you to remember that I'm not supposed to be the good guy here.
Yeah, we've kind of forgotten our roles here, our traditional roles that we've taken on. We don't want to be doing this. And the fact that it's Elena who's, like, fighting for it in a way that, like, she can't, like, her knowing this is obviously coloring her opinion of the situation.
Yeah.
But even still, it's like, how much of that can you change from the inside of it? And you don't know, like, the alternative of what it would be like if it wasn't this situation. Even knowing it, right? Like, that's still not enough. That is not different enough than it not being what this is, And so it's like, and she's just like grasping onto me like, this can't all have been for nothing. Like, fuck my life. But it's like, oof, girl. Ouch.
There's very few things in this show that feel accurate to adolescent high school feelings.
Yeah.
I think that it's hard to do that with a television show where no one is a high schooler.
Yeah.
This conversation felt real to me.
Totally.
Of like 18-year-olds at the end of high school, early college breakup, of just the pleading of it. Like, just very Rachel Berry Pleak kind of thing.
Yeah, literally, yeah.
And it was so painful to watch because of, not only because it was done well, but just because of the fact that it just immediately took me back to feeling that way.
Yeah.
In that time, and that I can't imagine doing that as an actor when when Nina and Ian dated.
Right. Yeah.
That would suck really bad.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
I thought it was also a fucking coward's move that they ended the episode the way they did.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. It's like, come on, man.
I don't want this to drag on, personally.
Yeah.
But I also don't know where it goes because there's no spell that breaks it, obvs. But I can't imagine a show, because Ian obviously needs to stay around, right? So I don't know what it looks like for the sire bond to break and that dynamic where the three of them are still around. I'm curious how that's going to play out.
Right. It's like, are one of these dudes going to stick to their word and be like, I'll fuck out of here for however long it takes for her to die naturally. I mean, they can't anymore because she's a vampire. But like, you know, is anyone just going to be like, have some distance, a little pause, just for everyone's mentee bees, just to chill out for a second? Because how else do you do it? Because if they stay together, right?
I don't think Stefan could do it. I feel like Damon would. I mean, we just watched. Damon would be the one to do it. Right.
For sure. And it just seems like they are edging an idea of them trying to be like, fuck it. We're better than the sire. We can out sire the sire, right? Like, and it's like, okay, how long is that gonna last? And also, I feel like that's probably not how that works, y'all. Yeah. But otherwise, it's like, how else do you? What? And
I know that they're not brave enough to do a throuple. So what is this?
Right. Yeah.
I have questions logistically. I don't know what this looks like. I mean, you know, knowing this show, right? Someone's gonna come in and just do a clean wipe, right? They're gonna do a fucking factory reset on Elena,
right?
And it'll be fine. We're gonna get some new creature that, like a fucking chupacabra, is gonna come in and be like, Elena, you're fine, and she's like, oh great.
Sick. That was easy.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for that. All it takes is, apparently, from next episode, the sacrifice of your brother. So we're back to this.
God, we had one episode free of his torture.
Hey, Elena, remember last episode when your brother was like, I don't want to kill you. I don't want to do this anymore. And yet here you are again with a knife to his neck. What is this? What does this have to do with Christmas? Because we are thematically, with how the timeline is, next episode is their, I think,
like
their episode before, the mid-season, before the Christmas break. Just by the title, too, of O Come All Ye Faithful. What is killing your brother have to do with Christmas?
Also, can we... His arms?
Don't shut up. I can literally can't.
I can't either. I can't believe what I'm seeing with my own two eyes. That's wild.
That is not a minor. That is not a sophomore in high school.
Yeah, listen. He picked up those 2 cat cans last week. Because nobody's business. It was the best day of his fucking life. So, okay, I get it.
He said, I can't play League of Legends anymore. I have to get gains. And he got
He
gains.
did. Hey, yeah.
I have to remember that, like, in the show, he's supposed to be a sophomore in high school, but, like, hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Be so for real.
I'm crawling up my walls. So I'm nervous. Mm-hmm. Especially because fucking Damon looks like he's about to go up a catwalk with his in the background there. Okay. Yeah. I'm nervous. I'm unsure about how we're going to resolve this, but alas, we have some amazing patrons to thank. Would you like to start us off?
Absolutely. Thank you to Greg Lautner.
Ooh, thank you to April Dobrev.
Ooh, thank you to Kristen Stewart.
Ooh, thank you to Calista Lockwood.
Ooh, thank you to Sean Salvatore.
Ooh, thank you to Megan Pattinson.
Ooh, thank you to Katya Karp.
Ooh, thank you to Genevieve Morgan.
Ooh, thank you to Danielle Burke.
Ooh, thank you to Janae Bennett.
Ooh, thank you to Sophia Salinger.
Ooh, thank you to Dan Zeklos.
Ow, thank you to Emily Ozera.
Ooh, and last but certainly not least, thank you to Jaylene Ivashkov.
Pew, pew, pew.
So, I have a fanfiction for you today. I wanted to find something that was thematically appropriate. So this is by the author magical_octopus 333. It is titled Leafy Luck.
Okay.
And I was trying to find something that was St. Patrick's Day themed. I was trying to find something for the Vampire Diaries. And then my mouse slipped. So here's the summary of this. Greetings from Muppet Labs. Do you ever feel like your luck is downright rotten? Well, don't worry. Luck isn't real, as the universe is an uncontrolled wasteland of random happenstance, and what we call luck is just how we tilt the glass of our drink called life and see how the ice cubes of events glisten. Beaker, why did you write that? Muppet Labs' newest invention, the actually lucky clover charm.
Oh my God.
So, this is a Muppets fanfiction for you.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to be reading from chapter 1. Great. Beaker was conflicted about St. Patrick's Day. For one, he was a bright redhead and was at least partially Irish. Seeing all the Kiss Me I'm Irish items filled him with mixed feelings. Unwanted touches as people test whether his hair is real or not, it is, and from pinches if he wasn't in green that day, among other things. At least he'd always get a free drink if he wanted one that day. So, could you blame Beaker to be less than thrilled about the Muppet Lab segment being in the St. Patrick's Day special the theater was throwing together? Not to mention getting recruited with Animal and the Swedish Chef for some music clip for the holiday. It helped the other two were sort of redheads as well. There was sure to get him maimed or make him cry. End scene.
Wow.
So this is a 2-chapter fan fiction.
Love.
And it has one of the tags that says cute. So
Yeah, that's lovely.
Sometimes when you're trying to find Vampire Diaries fanfiction, you end up in the Muppets corner of AO3.
Hey, it happens to the best of us, you know?
I'm still trying to figure out that website, to be honest. Well, friends, I am going to go enjoy some Gabby hopecore TikToks.
Thank God.
As we all deserve to. Tell your friends about the show. And as we say here in the Pacific Northwest,
Get bit.
ooh.
Ow.
Into the Twilight is an Earbud Media production. You can follow us on Twitter at Into the Twilight or on TikTok at Into the Twilight Show. You can find me at Cody Corral on Twitter and Allie at Alexandria Does. And you can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/Into the Twilight. We have merch, so much stuff. All those links are in the episode description. And make sure to rate and review us on your favorite podcast hosting platform. It really helps the show. Thanks. Bye.
You've been listening to Earbud Media Production. Earbud Media, audio for everyone.